Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks with, of course, in the co-captain's chair. Actually, he is the captain of this show, Mr. Ken Golden from the Laser's Edge. What's going on, man?
Greetings. Happy Friday.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Same to you. So it's interesting. Before we started taping, a couple hours before we started taping, Ken was like, hey, can we push back our taping a little bit because I got some stuff coming in that's imminent and I know it'll be good to talk about it. And then I got kind of held up. So I said, yeah, we got to wait a little bit. And in the midst of all this, his shipment showed up. So now he's got probably twice as much to show off he would have if that didn't all happen. So I'll turn it over to Ken to give us the lowdown on all the new prog, metal, and fusion releases this week.
All right, we'll get right into it. Pre-orders. So there's going to be two titles that are going to go up for pre-order, and if I could close this window and open that window, then I could sound intelligent. First thing is I got a lot of requests for this. John Wetton, An Extraordinary Life, 8 CD box set coming out November 24th. It's basically a collection, 6 discs of his solo works, and then 2 discs of unreleased CDs. I believe there's a big booklet in there, and it's going to be nice and heavy, and it's going to cost a fortune to ship. And you asked for it, you got it, and actually a lot of people are pre-ordering it. So it's
cool. There you go.
That's good. Next thing, they have Inside Out has reactivated the Dream Theater Lost Not Forgotten archive series. We got Scenes from a Memory, the sessions. We got it coming on CD. We're gonna have orange vinyl. We're gonna have gold vinyl. We're gonna have black vinyl. So, I
for those Jim, Dream Theater fans that have to have absolutely everything, right?
Yeah, Jim, was that one already done? The Dream Theater Scenes from a Memory, the sessions? No. So that's a new one. Okay. So, because some of the ones that they've been doing, they're just reissuing the old Yissy Jam releases.
Right,
they were never out on vinyl, so remastering them, repackaging them, making them look a little sexy. All right, let's hit the new CD arrivals. First thing up, the Baker Gurvitz Band. This is Ginger Baker, Adrian Gurvitz. See, I can tell. Pete, I know what you like, man.
I mean, I have all that stuff, but I was like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
great band, really good band.
So Esoteric did this. It's a 3 CD set. So it's Ginger Baker, Adrian Gurvitz. And
is there any bonus anything on that?
Yes, live tracks, bonus live tracks. The Baker Gurvitz Army has 1, Elysian Encounter has 2, Hearts on Fire has 1 live track, bonus live track.
That's in stock already.
In stock, I got copies. You want
that. Anyway,
make a list. Next one. I thought this was pretty nice. New German band called Sedonia. It's called Stations. To my ears, it's got a touch of Eloy to it. Maybe it's the singer's accent. I don't know. But I thought it was very, very good. I like this one. Sedonia, German band. Next one. This is I believe this is, I'm going to call it, this is a gray, what I call a gray area release. Great British band that really never gets talked about. East of Eden. This is a in concert 1970 2 CD set, and they were a very good band. Dave Arbus, electric violin, and they were quite a good band. I don't know if you're a fan, Pete, but I like these guys.
I think I have was the first album, I guess. How many did they put out? I don't even remember.
I don't know, they had a bunch.
A bunch?
Mercator Projected was a really good album.
That's the one I have. It's okay. I never really took to it all that much, but I bought it because everybody said it was so great. I might have even bought it from you like 25 years ago or something.
It's possible. I think they're kind of like an overlooked band. Next one, this just came out on Esoteric. Well, actually, Grapefruit, it says Cherry Red Label. Freedom, Born Again, British hard rock band.
Yeah,
they were an offshoot of Procol Harum. They were connected to Procol
Two of the
Harum.
guys in the band played a little bit on that first Procol Harum album, but they really didn't do much of anything. The singer and I think the bass player, I don't know, definitely the singer of Freedom, but yeah.
Yeah, like that first album was released in Italy, Nero Subbianco, and anyway, a lot of bonus tracks on here. and it is, I believe it is, checking my notes again, it's a 5 CD box set.
That's not cool. Yeah, pretty good band actually. Good bluesy hard rock stuff. Pretty good.
This one I didn't watch. I admit I didn't watch your review because I was so annoyed because this was like Lost in Transit. Hemina from Australia.
Cool. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, prog metal band, Romancing the Ether. All their albums have been very good so far. So,
yep.
I like the cover. But next thing, this was sort of odd. Iron Savior, Riding on Fire, the German power metal band, 6 CD box set. I don't know that there's anything unreleased, and in my opinion, probably 6 of the same album. But that's just my opinion.
Very solid though, I mean, you really can't fault their music much. But yeah, a lot of their stuff is kind of similar.
They've got a following, they do have a following. So, all right, this is very good, and hopefully, we're going to still have stock. If not, I have more coming in next week. So, give me a break over the next 10 days. You'll have this. We got 2 versions of the new Karnataka, British band. They've gone through different vocalists and symphonic prog female singer, got some heavy parts to it. I think quite good. This has a 25-minute track on it. So there's your basic CD, and then you have the CD DVD version that comes with like a making of DVD and some bonus material. Doesn't specify why, but actually pretty good band. Next one, we have a solo album from Gleb Kolyadin, the Outland. He's from I Am the Morning, the Russian duo, and is on K-Scope. And he's a very talented keyboard player. And I believe he's got a bunch of guests on this thing. Yeah, Garen Harrison, Tony Levin, and Tim LaFay. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry. Next thing, this is Retreat from Moscow, British neo-prog band. One of the members, I believe, is from New Zealand. It's called Dreams, Myths, and Machines, and it has some cool guests. Robin Armstrong from Cosmograph is on here. Andy Tillison from The Tangent also. Good stuff. This is kind of a weird one. Tarja, I mean, she's spitting out the releases. This one's called Rocking Heels, and it's a live album recorded in a church where she's just doing cover tunes. She covers Metallica. I think she might even cover like Slipknot, all different bands. So it seems a little odd to me, but she's got a lot of fans.
She does.
I noticed I don't think you're one of them, but
I'm not.
I think she was great back in the day, solo stuff.
Yeah, none of her solo stuff has done anything for me, and she's very charismatic. Her voice is just too operatic for me. It's just too much. I find even all the classic Nightwish stuff, I kind of enjoy all the albums they did without her a little bit more, I think, other than maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of funny because I remember when we were selling them from the beginning, and I remember how the way the band was kind of packaged. Tarja, she was dressed like a farm girl, and then all of a sudden, then she kind of evolved over the years to
It quickly changed. Yeah,
all leather and stuff. Last of the new arrivals. This is Wonders, the second album from Wonders, Italian band. Marco Pastorino from Virtual Symmetry. Marco's in a lot of bands. He's in Temperance. This is Bob Katsionis, the Greek. Yeah. He's on this. He's part of it. Anyway, this is their second album.
Pretty cool album cover. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very power metal.
I'll get the vinyl out of the way because to make it quick, we got just simple. Gleb calling in on vinyl. Also, I should have mentioned this with the CDs because we have the CDs showing up on Friday, and that's the new Neil Morse, Joseph. It's the Dreamer Joseph Part 1. So if you've pre-ordered the CD, it'll be shipping out. So that's that for vinyl. And now I got the fun stuff, what I like to call cheap shit. And cheap shit's a lot of fun. So a lot of these are, well, quasi legit. There's a few things in here not so legit, but everything's going to be $7. So you let your conscience decide.
Price to move.
There you go. First one, Anne Dweller's Dream, Love and Poetry. This is early British, actually Irish, like progressive folk. They were kind of good. This is from '69 or something. I mean, this is on Sunbeam, and a lot of the Sunbeam stuff is absolutely legit. In many cases, they work with the artist. Like this is loaded with bonus tracks. Some of the stuff, I'm not so sure, but the label's still going, I believe, and everything. It always comes with very good documentation. Some of these things are like in the, they say in the public domain. So the labels may not exist. They go back to the artist. So there you go. Here's another one. These guys were very good. This is another Sunbeam release. This is Arcadium, Breathe a While. You know these guys? It's kind of like, I think you could call it proto-prog. It's from 1969. It was on the Middle Earth label. Middle Earth only had like 3 releases, one of which was Writing on the Wall. I don't know if you know those guys. They were like a very heavy band. But Arcadium, Breathe a While, for me, I would classify this as a prog album. And it's nice and thick, and it's a double. Long last acetate mix in their rare single, booklet with photos, band history. It's that kind of a thing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is a legit reissue. I know other labels have done it, but again, it's going to be $7. Ginger Baker, Graham Bond, which is really live in Bremen, 1970. This is not so legit, and this is basically Ginger Baker's Air Force. So another band, British band, Blossom Toes. If only for a moment. They were, early prog, psych. A lot of bonus tracks. Here's a nice cheap boot. David Bowie, Tokyo 1978. It's got Adrian Blue in it. So Simon House from Hawkwind on violin. Right? Good lineup. Roger Powell on keyboards. Here's a band again, another one of these bands that people don't talk about, but I think they were very, very good. Clark Hutchinson. Do you know these guys?
No.
Andy Clark, he wound up playing with Jeff Beck at one point, keyboard player, and Mick Hutchinson. I don't remember if they had how many albums they had. I think it was 2 or 3. This is an expanded edition. Like I know this is legit. I was actually in touch with the guy who put it together, and Richard Morton Jack, and first album 1969, I believe, and it's like 5 like improvisations, like kind of gets into like raga rock. It's very interesting, very progressive, in the sense it's not like a keyboard driven like Mellotron sort of a thing, although there's plenty of organ on the album, a lot of electric guitar, different kinds of instruments on here. It's good stuff. And I think it's something you would like a lot. Dragonfly, this is a very rare U.S. psych album, garagey psych, 1960.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got that.
Yeah, $7, can't beat it, right? Fresh Maggots, Hatch. Do you know Fresh Maggots?
No.
These guys were great. The album was released on RCA, and they were kind of like Mellow Candle, female vocals. Psychedelic folk,
yeah,
but with like crazy fuzz guitar on here. And this thing's loaded with it has 7 bonus tracks. So, and it says here unheard 1971 radio session. So anyway, Fresh Maggots, Hatched. This is really good. This is one of my favorite British albums that someday I will own an original piece of vinyl. And this is an album everybody should have in their collection. The Human Beast, Volume 1. You have this one?
No.
Pete, this is blowing your mind. They were like, I mean, they were a heavy trio, like they were basically like Cream. I mean, you like Robin Trower when he's hitting the wah-wah pedal? This thing is like nonstop wah-wah guitar all the way through. This is one of the greats. And
now you're talking.
And I said they were from Edinburgh. Yeah, it's the Human Beast, and I even like the color, the cover. It was great album. Here's an interesting boot we got in from Craftwork called Soest Live. It's a TV session from 1970, so it's early stuff, you know, when they were absolutely a bunch of crazy freaks, German freaks. Here's a boot, Led Zeppelin, Scandinavia, 1969.
Wow.
It's got, let's say, it says concert Huset, Stockholm, Swedish radio, and the other one is from Copenhagen, Denmark. It says March 1969. So hopefully, it could be great. The Loudest Whisper, the Children of Lear, they were very good Irish folk rock, electric folk rock band. Quite good. It's a little bit of psychedelic overtones. Another great one that Sunbeam put out, Raw Material, the first Raw Material album. You know Raw Material? Yeah, they made 2 albums. This is the first one. Second one was released on RCA Neon, and this is the first one. And this has been expanded. All right. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, this is an expanded version, double CD. Raw Material. If you like Van de Graaff Generator, they were very, very much like Van de Graaff Generator.
Good album. It's a really good album.
Yeah. Both albums great. I actually tried to reissue the second album, and that's a crazy story. Maybe we'll talk about it on the prog seat one day. It was a long story.
And what label? I think the CD
original
of that I think is on a Karma. I think.
Well, you know, a Karma is definitely a boot. You know, a
Right.
Karma. You know, the original label. I'm doing this from memory. Evolution, I think, was the label for this. Second one, Time, which was the Time Is album. That one was on RCA Neon. So, and RCA tortured me for about a year when I tried to reissue it. And anyway, this is very good stuff. Sure, Sal would love this.
Yeah, it's a really good album.
All right, just 2 more here. Also on Sunbeam, Anesthesia, very rare British, kind of dreamy, acoustic-based, psychedelic folk, a lot of flute, violin, really nice vocals, very melodic. Just kind of like, you know, they call it acid folk, but to me, acid folk has got like that electric element to it.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that, you know, but it's got a lot of reverb and stuff. It's pretty trippy, and it's very nice. You know, good stuff. And the last one, radio broadcast yesterday and today, live at the Record Plant, 1974.
Wow.
Yeah. So it says KSAN FM broadcast. So I have to say, I would take when you get some of these gray area releases.
I mean, 74 seems really early. That's why I question.
Well, it has a specific date. It says it was recorded at the Record Plant, Sausalito, on November 8th, 1974. But you know, a lot of times, you know, with these live things, they'll say it was recorded for WNEW-FM or whatever, and it's like I would take a lot of that with a grain of salt. You know, it may be, it's possible, because you know, back in the day, there were a lot of radio broadcasts. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially these bands weren't known, and you know, I used to sit and record them on cassette, right? You know, we used to sit there and remember a lot of great shows, which I remember there was a show, Hawkwind from the Bottom Line. I recorded it, and you know, somebody should have booted that. But there's been all kinds of stuff. I remember Judas Priest from the Palladium in Manhattan. That was like 79 or so. And yeah, I mean, some of these things eventually turn up. or they don't, So there are real, honest to God radio broadcasts, but a lot of times these things are just like really good audience, like the Pink Floyd Say Goodbye to Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's just like a great audience. And by the way, I've got the last time I'm going to mention it, that release. I have more copies coming in next week, and I think it's the end. I think I'm getting like the last copies of it.
Oh, so for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, you better get it
next week. If you see it on the website, don't sleep on it because it's going to be gone. Yeah. So as soon as I sell out of it, I have guys emailing me, "Hey, I missed it. When are you getting it back?" And I think this is it. So yeah, that's what I got this week. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, I'll be posting the list along with the link, lasercd.com, down in the comments. I'll have it pinned at the top so you can't miss it as long as you go to the comments section. If you're someone who watches this program on your television, well, you better go get your phone or your tablet or your laptop out so you can actually go and see the full list. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. I think I'm going to be doing some shopping too. Damn it, Ken. You get me every week.
There you go. I try my best.
I saw the Gervitz Baker Army thing, and I'm like, oh my god! And I have all the CDs anyway. Same with the Freedom stuff. And I have Freedom on my short list to do a ranking the album show on like over the next like month or two. And I have all the individual CDs, but that looks like a good set. Esoteric always does a nice job with the packaging.
Yeah, book. Yeah, the documentation, Esoteric's documentation is the best.
Yeah, and there's always cool bonus tracks for the most part. It's
the one of all the ones that I mentioned today, I know in my heart the one that you're going to like the best.
That heavy one,
the Human Beast.
Yeah, the Human Beast. Yeah,
it's just unbelievable. I've never seen an original. I've never been able to afford an original. It's like that's one of my. I have a handful of bucket list albums, and that's one of them that I'd like to really own a copy of.
I will get that. I will get that from you.
Yeah. So you can't beat the price. So
no, not at all. I probably will get that Zeppelin boot as well because, why not?
Hey, listen. One of the perks of running the channel, you get first dibs on this stuff, man.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I will be ordering it on Thursday for stuff that's available on Friday. See exactly. How that works? Now we just gave it all away. The fourth wall has been broken. Now
that's been broken
when we record these, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, everybody hop on over to lasercd.com and help support these artists. Or if you live somewhere else where you have your own preferred vendor, at least you know what's coming out and stuff. But if you do happen to live here in the States, of course, obviously. How much international business do you do?
I hate to say it, a lot less than we used to. And the reason simple, postage.
Yeah.
The postage, we used to, I used to ship all over the world. I had customers in the Faroe Islands. I had customers in countries I didn't even know existed, And we ship a lot to Brazil, Chile, but not quite as much. I used to have customers in Japan. It's just the postage is insane. Even Canada. There was a point in time where it was actually cheaper for me to mail one CD to Canada than it was in the US.
Wow.
So now it used to cost me, just to give people an idea, it used to cost me $2.50 to mail this CD to a customer in Canada. Jim, what does it cost us now? Yeah, like $14 to mail.
14?
That's what it cost me.
Wow.
Plus, I hate to, you factor in other things, the box,
right.
And there's all
this
and
stuff. Handling, right? Yeah.
Well, it's just that's the cost of doing business. But the other thing is the way the postal system has changed is that now it might cost like $14 to send one CD to Canada, but it costs the same to ship 2 to 7 CDs. It's the next, what is it, $20, Jim? 22. Yeah, something like that. And same thing for Europe. So, the guy who, the guy in Germany who sees something unusual and he says, I want that. he's going to look at the shipping, he's going to get killed. On the other hand, if he says, oh, I want these, it's not so bad.
Right.
You know, so it's always, you know, so it goes back to my motto: buy a lot, buy often. So buying in bulk, seriously, buying in bulk makes it much more reasonable. Then at that point, you're paying, you know, if you're a Canadian customer, you're paying $22 for 7 CDs. That's not so bad. It's $3 a disc, you know.
Right.
It's not bad. 1 CD, that's weird. So yeah, so we used to ship all over the world. It's been cut down.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but that's just, I think that's the way it is. You know, I think that's the way it is all over the world, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not us. I mean, you know, what people, the ones that are really getting killed, from my understanding, are the British dealers. So shipping to Europe, and you know, when they left Brexit, I think that kind of blew up everything. So it's the way of the world now.
That's the way it is. Yep. Yep. Oh well.
Still working on that time machine, but
yeah. So there you have it, everybody. Some cool new tasty things available this week. Tune in next week where we'll have some more for you, because the machine never stops, right?
No,
the release machine never stops.
I keep saying that we're going to have like a down week where there's not going to be much. It hasn't happened yet. So
yeah, it will blink. It'll be September already. And then you know how it is from September.
I have shipments coming in next week. So we're going to have some interesting stuff next week. We'll see.
Look forward to it. Of course, next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Mighty SOT. Tune in for another episode of the Professor's Picks, and have a great weekend, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts, so you don't miss a single episode. And remember, down below in the comments section, we'll have the link to lasercd.com, as well as the full list that was gone over today. And until next time, for Ken Golden, I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon, everybody. Tune in tomorrow for the UK Connection. Simon, Stephen, and myself will be talking about our favorite and least favorite albums from Motorhead. Then on Sunday, George Lemie and I will be doing the impossible task of ranking the albums of Animals as leaders. Every album is a mind blower.
Oh my God.
I still don't know how I'm going to rank these ones, but we'll figure it out. And till then, we'll see you all soon. Take care.
Take care.